Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Red River Horror Podcast. This is episode number 83. I'm your host, Joe Zakreski, joined by RedRiverHorror.com founder Eddie Cayazzo. We've got some more stories for you. We've got some news, and we're going to be talking some general topics and some other... I got another question for Eddie that I'd like to ask him on the spot that I pull up from Reddit. So sit back, relax, and enjoy episode number 83 of the Red River Horror Podcast. All right, Ed, you know I like to start every episode off by asking how are you, but I'm not in that kind of mood right now. I got some news that is not so much, I mean, it's devastating, or I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Okay. So
I was very excited for September of this year was going to be the drop of the remake of Salem's Lot.
Yes,
it has been postponed.
Of course,
to spring
it has.
of 2023.
Spring of 20. Why spring?
I don't want to wait. I want to see this as soon as possible.
So spring is not a good time to release something like Salem's Lot.
Well, you know what? I think maybe with that amount of time, it could work out really well for them.
Now, if you could refresh my memory, this is one of those specials on a channel thing, right?
Stephen King,
Oh, I know that. I'm saying, is it a movie or is it like a network doing a series show? Well,
so it's like it's getting the It treatment.
Oh, so it's getting like a feature film in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, why did I think it was going to be like a Showtime series or something?
Because it could probably work as a Showtime series.
Yeah.
But there's so many vampire series that have come and gone. Are there any still going? I think we're all vamped out.
And no offense to the vampire fans out there, but the vampire thing hasn't been that good lately. It just hasn't. Which
is why it's like a perfect time for Salem's Lot, because it's like going back to that traditional kind of creepy Nosferatu type vampire.
Yeah.
But the best thing with vampires on TV right now, before I forget about it, it starts up in another week or two, is What We Do in the Shadows on FX. Oh. If you want top-notch horror comedy, I cannot recommend it enough. Jordan Clement and Taki, I always mess up his name, Wahada. The director, writer, actor, both of them, Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords. They had their original movie, What We Do in the Shadows, set in New Zealand. And then the TV show is set in the same universe, but over in America. And it's great.
I did start that on Hulu at your recommendation. It was when this whole house thing started. So it's like I think I checked on it the other day. I was like halfway through the first episode. I was laughing though up to that point.
Oh yeah, it's one of those shows that like gets better as it goes.
Yeah.
I think it's like every season's been better than the last, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So I can't recommend that one enough. If you want something that'll make you laugh. Especially if you like that mockumentary style thing.
Yes.
Makes it even sillier.
So I wanted to tell you too, a movie we both like, John Carpenter's Vampires. Ta-da! It's on Netflix right now.
Hell yeah!
It just got added.
You got a little mahogany.
Yeah. I was kicking your ass back there, Father. Come on.
Well, what?
Oh man. So John. So if you want an actual good vampire film while you're waiting for Salem's Lot, you can enjoy Vampires right now on Netflix.
That's one of my favorites, and it's one of your favorites. I mean,
yeah,
the movie kicks ass.
It does.
It's so much fun.
It does. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So off the vamp front.
Off the vamp, but staying on the Netflix theme.
Yes.
Season 4 of Stranger Things has come to an end.
It has.
So it has been an interesting show where it's like normally after like season 1, I'm not sure if I would talk about it too much on here. But it feels like every season gets a little more of a horror element to it as it goes.
I was quite surprised.
Especially this one.
Yes.
I think maybe, what do you think the reason for that is? Do you think it was because of like the house or Vecna itself?
I think that they had to see this. Stranger Things is one of the only shows You know me, I don't really get emotional anymore. I don't like those days of kind of like being like, oh, like that kind of like having those feelings in the movie theater. They're long gone. Stranger Things was the first show where I really felt a connection to. Like I was rooting for those kids in the first and the second season. Like and now like they're growing up. So I think that in order to keep that show as good as it is, I mean, why not just go all in and start adding some serious horror elements to it, more so than ever?
Yeah, and I mean, that seems to be a way that they've gone with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Duffer Brothers have just done an incredible job of crafting this show that, you know, hits on all points for like all generations, like for you and I mean, it watches like movies we watched when we were kids. It has like those feel and vibes, and the cast it just works really well off each other.
Yes.
Big thing for me this season is like the one kid, Max, like she was more of like a side kind of character. And when it started and she was going to be more of a focal point to the season, I was a little skeptical at first because like I don't have much of a connection with her other than it was like her stepbrother.
I agree with you.
And somehow they pulled that off.
Yeah.
That by the end when when they were sitting in the circle and she get pulled up, and it's like you
felt it.
Yeah, how did I get invested into this character? And that says so much about how good this show is with just its character writing, just, you know.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I was so worried. I'm like, you know what? I like this so much that Joe's going to hate it.
Right?
That's what I thought.
Well, you know me.
I do.
And that's usually something where I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of shows where I do that for Obi Wan. But hey, that's a different thing.
Right. I think, will this be third episode where you've brought up Obi Wan? I guess.
Look.
All right.
That's just Star Wars in general is something where I could go on for a long time.
All right.
And I think I've just always wanted more. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's not a good thing. It's fast food at this point.
Like you got it, and now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like and two, The Mandalorian was so good that it's hard. Like everything else that's come after, it's like, how do you?
Well, it's like Book of Boba Fett just turned into a half season of Mandalorian.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, it's just hard to tell, and it's like, you know, when you have like connections with those older things, to redo storylines and adding characters, whatever. It's some of their stuff's really not the best written. And that's where we can go on with the Duffer Brothers, who are now going to be doing an expanded universe of Stranger Things. So with like spinoffs and stuff, because season 5 will be its last.
Yes.
And then from
which
there,
I'm very happy about.
Me too. It's like, don't beat it, you know, just let it go. And then I love the idea of, you know, doing side stories.
Sure.
You know, and because it's why not?
That's all that's warranted.
Yeah.
Like, because you know what? I can consume that in my free time. Like it's not appointment watching. I say, okay, there's a Stranger Things side quest going on. I'll get to that after a long day, you know, maybe on a Friday. I'll be like, let's crack open the Domino's pizza and watch whatever the hell this is, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so the one thing that I'm really looking at where I'm curious with those spinoffs is Stranger Things, all the villains, that's all from Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. I didn't know that.
That's all. A lot of their source materials, Dungeons and Dragons, like they say what it is before you even see it. Like you go to the very first episode of Stranger Things, the very first episode, and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, like they're trying to defeat the Demogorgon.
I don't know how the hell I missed that.
And then they did in this one where it's it's Hellfire and it's Vecna.
Huh. So they didn't make up these names.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. Hey,
no. And we confirmed it because your wife and I were talking about it on different take. Our friend Jeff D'Angelo's different take Facebook group,
which we're gonna bring him in just for the 5-year anniversary of Red River Horror. We got some big things coming this month. Stay tuned. But anyway, yes, Stranger Things, and I also heard Stranger Things 5 is going to be set in the 90s. Is what I hear.
They've grown enough where maybe it's not a bad idea to do a time jump.
Wow.
Because it's like later, it was this 86 was this year. So if they just did a 4 or 5 year jump, because I think it's also going to be 2 years before it comes out.
Oh, right.
So, and probably do that treatment of being split, but not the same way this one was split.
Yeah, which I totally didn't know.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, I thought it was gonna be like Ozark, right? So they released the first 7 episodes and then the next 7 episodes. No, I unknowingly we put on Stranger Things, the second part of it, and it was like, whew, that was long. And she's like, all right, well, let's just do one more. We'll do one more and then we'll. Dude, I fell asleep because it was so damn late. I didn't know it was like a movie in itself, length.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was an hour and 20 minutes, and the second, it was only the 2 episodes, the July drop. First one was an hour and 20, second one was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so I fell asleep, and I'm like, well, so I literally had to try it again the next night. And it was nothing because of it wasn't interesting. I was not expecting a movie as the finale.
No. I mean, it really threw you off, but it was really good. I mean, it was, one of the things, especially now with like smart devices and everything's just so fast, like, watching like short clips of things. And it's like, I find myself having a little difficulty sitting down and paying attention to a movie, unless I'm in a theater. And this one, it held my attention the entire time.
I mean, that's saying a lot, and you brought up something already that's very important. For some reason with Stranger Things, I think you know how I am now. It's like I'm a lot angrier as an adult, not like just but like, so I don't like the nods to things. I don't like little wink winks. Like, oh, did you catch that? Did you catch that? Stranger Things is literally the only show that has been able to do that kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, I like that.
They do it very well, and then there's another movie series that does it extremely well, and I tell you to watch it, but maybe just have to wait until little Eddie's a little older and watch it with him, because I know me and my daughter absolutely love the first 2 movies and are stoked for the third one. Which is the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Oh, right.
I absolutely love them.
So the wink wink nod is like, you're like, oh yeah.
I'll give you one that like you'll miss it if you don't pay attention.
Okay.
And it's a deep Sonic reference where it's like if you haven't played like the expanded games, you wouldn't get it. So it's like Robotnik's, there's like his like assistant operates a coffee shop. And the coffee shop called Mean Bean.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
We played the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There's so many little references in that movie, and so they're just so good. I love them. So I love those movies so much. They're so good.
With Stranger Things, there are 2 things. One is the little wink wink nod to things that I like, or in culture that I'm like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But also, yes, caring about the characters. It is so hard at this age to really care and get invested in the characters.
Yeah.
You're right. Like when her real name's Sadie Sink. What's her, Max in the show? Mm-hmm. When Max was introduced to the show, I'm like, oh, so what the hell's this? Like, so now she's going to be a part of the team now?
Right.
Like I was like, what the? By the end of the season, I was like, okay, like, this is great.
Yeah.
I liked her. I liked her a lot. Same with her brother. I'm just like, oh, you're going to try and make him, like they were making him out to be the bad guy. I'm just like, so I got to care about like him being him and doing his stupid crap. And then by the end, I felt something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Is Mike's mom a babe?
Mike's mom?
Yeah, because that's who Max's brother, what's his name? Darcy, whatever the actor's name is. Like he kind of like flirts with her at the pool. I think that's season 3, 2.
That is
season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah, you see flirting with her at the pool, and they're supposed to like meet up.
But
she changes her mind last minute. But that's also when he gets like possessed.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be.
I can't remember the actress's name, but yeah, she was in she was like one of Tony Soprano's side pieces in a couple episodes and stuff. And it's
really?
Like they doll her up to be like an 80s mom, which is very,
What's her? Is it Cara Buono?
Something like that. Not to objectify. You know what I'm saying?
No. But I think she's supposed to be, because the dad's very dull.
Yeah.
Very like I'll go to work and read the paper and drink my coffee, and there's nothing dull about coffee. I brew some mean beans, brother. But I think she is like supposed to be like that suburban mom.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like speaking about like minor character details. Like you can watch her like evolution from season 1 to season 4. Because like it's one of those shows where it's like before season 5 came out, and I'm like, I'm actually gonna watch the whole series again.
I started. Yeah. I am going to try to do the same thing.
Here. I didn't finish to the catch up, but it's like, I just watching season 1 again was just it was a joy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember season 1, I cared so much about those kids.
Yeah.
I cared so much about 11. Like I was just like, wow, like I haven't felt like this about movies or TV, like this connected. Yeah. Like for example, when someone died on 24, someone of significance.
Yeah.
Like that cut.
Yeah,
like that was like, oh my gosh! You wait into the next week and you're upset.
Xander Berkeley,
yes, in the plane, Mason,
yep.
Yes,
season 2.
That was very sad.
It was.
I honestly haven't felt like that until Stranger Things. Stranger Things made me care about the characters, cared about 11 and Mike, their little relationship, early on.
Yeah.
Even Will, like I was really like feeling bad for the klepto. What's her name? She steals stuff. She used to be big, and now she's big again because of Stranger Things. The mom,
Winona Ryder.
Yes, Winona Ryder. Yes. So, like, I really felt for her, and then hear Hopper's story, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this, I care about these people. Why?
Yeah, Hopper's story is brutal. But again, I mean, it's just in the first season, he's kind of an asshole.
Oh gosh.
And the more you learn about the characters, the more you like them. I mean. Yeah, just so well done with all that. That's like, I've not been this engaged on a show. Like, there's other shows that we put on. One that my wife kind of likes, but I think I got her out of it because of my complaints about it, which you just mentioned only a few minutes ago, was Ozark.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine that's what it's like when a doctor watches a show in a hospital, or a lawyer watches a show about lawyers, a cop a show about cops. I'm an anti-money laundering compliance specialist. And it's like, these are day one red flags.
Right.
Not in the very first episode, but as it developed, it's just like, you guys got to be freaking kidding me.
Yeah.
It's like, you would not, like, I know they tried to cover up their tracks with them working with the FBI, but it's like, no.
Yeah, and also from what you know about it real quick, would the FBI work with them like that in that capacity to pull someone like a huge drug lord down?
There would be more to it than just the FBI. There would be more, they'd probably have multiple agencies if like they had enough information. Mm-hmm. So most, it depends where it's coming from. So I don't know. It would be the Treasury Department, then the FBI, and then probably if it's drugs, then it's going to be DEA. Yeah.
Interesting.
Border control.
Ozark was the classic. We don't have to spoil Ozark here, but I didn't like the ending, and I liked the show a lot.
I don't know if we finished it.
It's honestly...
What an interesting show where the best part of the show is the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and I don't think it ever met up to that.
Yeah. I mean, there were moments I actually really liked. Like, this happens if you haven't seen Ozark. I mean, like when they cut the baby out of the woman and take the baby and that's some pretty dark stuff.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think the thing that turned me off, other than having the knowledge that I do, was like how it was compared to Breaking Bad so much.
Oh yeah,
and Breaking Bad has a lot of like those like deep, shocking kind of scenes. I felt like they were just trying to dig after that.
Yeah, I mean,
just not as well.
Ozark
written.
Doesn't touch Breaking Bad.
No,
they're just not. And I love Jason Bateman, but they're just not. They're not the same.
No, I'm a Bateman fan.
Yeah,
nothing against him.
No, but Ozark is not. They are unequal.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me just because it's things I know, so I don't get to escape.
So with Stranger Things, I mean, so we agree that it was freaking awesome. It was scary. They were actually like, I thought Vecna looked cool.
The way that he killed people was gross.
Yeah.
I was like, just like, ugh.
It's like your favorite. I mean, in a, like, it's even though it's horrific, it's like your favorite exorcism type imagery.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I mean, these are kids, so it's like, oh my gosh, like this is rough. This is brutal.
I mean, creepy.
Definitely creepy.
Definitely creepy. Like when they're going through the house with like holding up the lamps, trying to find his location and stuff.
Yes,
some good stuff.
I can't. I have to go back and watch it because it's stupid to do this, but I have to figure out which season is the best because during each season when I watched them, that was the best one.
Yeah, they're all. If I was to go through it, I just find season 1 just so like charming.
Yeah,
that I think that's the best one just because it's got the ball rolling.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd probably go 1, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. 1, 4, 3, 2. Now 2 had a great ending.
2 had a great ending, but the most
ending.
of the season's kind of bland.
Okay.
You know what I think?
I'll have to watch
I think because
it
I
again.
loved Dustin so much in the first season. The second season, they kind of like,
Yeah.
he's more of the jerk in the group. You know, whereas like the first season, it's more of what's his face with the high top. Because he doesn't have a high top yet. He had the high top this season. He's the only black one in the group.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Why am I drawing a blank? I mean, when I was trying not to say a race thing, now I did that. Now I sound like an awful person.
No.
I'm not a bad person.
No, not at all.
I don't feel terrible.
No.
But either he's the one who like he doesn't want anything to do with 11 in the first season. If you recall, like he's that one, and then the second season it's Dustin who's the hiding the little mini Demogorgon thing. Lucas.
Oh my gosh. Caleb McLaughlin.
Lucas
is his real name.
I'm sorry, Caleb.
Yeah, Lucas and his sister is the best. Again, usually I wouldn't like perfect example.
Same here. Character where I normally be like, "Are you serious?
Yes.
This is what we're gonna have here." Not with her.
No. Trying to see. Yeah, I guess it's Priya Ferguson. Priah Ferguson. But yes, hands down the first season, I freaking loved Dustin.
Yeah,
like
and then they kind of alter them.
Yeah,
flip it a little bit on the second one.
So, this brings up something really important.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, who's your favorite character? And if you can't pick one, maybe one male, one female.
In the show now?
Yeah, in the show, like right now, like present time.
I think you have to split that into kids and adults.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's a little unfair to make me choose between the two.
Yeah, because like for example, like I loved Lucas in other seasons.
Yeah,
this season it took a while to come around because he was with the basketball team, like he was being a jerk with the rest of them.
But like it's so well done. It's like you can relate to him.
Sure. Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely.
And like you feel for him. Like with nobody was at the game.
That's true.
The big moment and.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't his fault. Like he, still wanted to be like tight friends, but he was trying to do his own thing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's tough. You felt for him. For the adult, I love Hopper.
Hopper is great.
He's so good. As I feel, I am nowhere near as badass as Hopper, but I very much relate to like his discomfort in parenting and just like grumpiness.
Right. That's no.
I get that.
He is.
David Harbour's. He's just great in it.
It's just because I remember that first season. I used that clip on the radio show all the time. The coffee and contemplation.
Yeah,
I love that. Joyce is very upset. Flo. We discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation. But Chief, she's coffee and contemplation. Flo.
I think we can all relate to that.
Absolutely.
So
it's so great,
so good.
And that's another thing I usually hate. Ready? The big crescendo, the big final battle was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You got Eddie Munster or
Eddie Munson.
Yeah, you got him shredding away to draw the bird things away from the guy I like, Dustin. Yeah, you got him doing that, kind of like making a sacrifice, and you didn't really care much for him. Started to come around. Then you have Hopper with a freaking sword.
That was awesome.
And 11 is battling.
So here's the question about that. Mm-hmm. So 11 lost her powers when she revived. Was it Mike? No.
She revived the girl.
Yeah.
The Max.
Yeah. Well, in this season.
Yeah.
But she did a revive in 3.
Oh.
That's why she doesn't have any powers anymore.
Oh gosh, I forgot
at the start of this one. So it's like, did she just lose? Like, so now it seems like they kind of left that as a cliffhanger if she has or doesn't have her abilities anymore.
Yeah.
She's sacrificing again, which I'm going to say doubtful.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to take on Vecna and...
whatever's next.
Yeah, Vecna's not gone, I don't think. I mean, he formed I always call the damn thing... It's Halo. The Grave Mind.
Yeah.
It's not the Grave Mind. What the hell is that thing? The big spider?
From It?
No, from Stranger Things.
Whoa. What they say, the Hive Mind?
Not the Hive. Shoot.
We got to have someone who knows Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. This thing, the Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer.
The big thing that Vecna forms. So, like, is that going to be the final boss for everybody? Is that...
maybe?
That Vecna and the Demogorgon? I mean, the Demogorgon are pretty formidable opponents.
Probably everything except Vecna. Like, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of done.
You think he's dead?
Maybe not.
I just have a feeling he's not, but he could be.
Maybe that's why it's the time jump.
This is the most open-ended show ever. It's like, maybe not.
I like that.
Could be.
keeps it good.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was freaking good too. The kid, he's not a kid. What, Jamie Campbell, I think it is?
Yeah, as one.
Yes.
Vecna.
So apparently, like, there's people that want him to play like Freddy Krueger next. I'm like, well,
because he had the skin kind of looking like it.
Yeah.
I was reading somewhere where someone was really disappointed in that, like, really knocking at was it James Earl Haley for his Freddy?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people that do. I don't. You and I
thought he was fine.
No, we completely. I think people would agree with us as well.
Yeah.
The newer, the Michael Bay Nightmare on Elm Street was
newer.
Good.
They're like 10 years old now.
Yeah.
More than that.
They were good.
I enjoyed them. Yeah. I thought the Friday the 13th one was great.
I thought it was too. It's everything it needed to be. Like,
yeah.
what could you possibly do with, and this, I mean this with the utmost respect to everybody. I love the Friday the 13th films. There's nothing more I want to watch outside by a campfire in the Poconos than the Friday the 13th films. But they're not that good. The films themselves are not that good.
No, they're campy. I mean, they are what they are.
Right. So what did you want in the Michael Bay Friday the 13th?
Yeah,
I think we got exactly what we deserved. It was good. The characters, you wanted some of them to die, just like in the old ones.
And it was more like 2 than the original.
Right.
So you know who likes that.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, Friday 1 and 2, I like a lot.
You know I love Friday too.
Yeah. 3 on, it's nothing against them. Like, they're just okay. As far as movies go.
Yeah, there was no streaming. Home video was not was just starting to be mass produced. So it was like popping these out nonstop for, selling tickets. And that's what they did.
Yeah. And they did. I think Friday the 13th is the highest grossing horror franchise of all time.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the payoff. That's the
You want to go see Jason kill some people.
Yeah.
And if it's funny how he does it, it's funny how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people take it a little too serious. Whatever.
Yes.
As long as you enjoy it, good for you.
Yeah. And I'm a huge Jason fan. I have a flyer. I have Jason wearing a Flyers jersey on a shirt.
Perfect.
Love it.
You want to know a silly question that I saw? Not silly question. No offense to the person. No, this was actually in the Different Take group.
Okay.
And it was a question where, like, it was a poll. It's just like, which would you rather watch, Jason X or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? And the person who made the poll gave away their answer when they said that it was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I couldn't disagree more because Jason X is a movie that's so bad that it's good.
Yes, it is. That's the perfect way to put it.
Casting our table read of the rough draft is going to be a great time.
Yes, it is.
So,
Jason X, I still put that was on, I think, Netflix at some point, and I'm like, you know what? I just have to put this on and see it again.
I think we rewound the sleeping bag scene over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
I saw that twice
at
AMC Endora. The Jason X, the one night we all saw it, and then I went back by myself
just to see it again,
just to see one if I could get in because I was under 17.
Yeah,
and I could. And then it was me and some other dude in the theater. But then I bought the tape at what would become Wizard World, Comic-Con, all that. Like before it was something big like what it is now with all the A-listers and everything.
Yeah.
Before it was that, it was a small, like a bunch of people set up with tables selling stuff.
Yeah.
And there's still an element of that, but there was I'm trying to think that year who I met. I think I met Stone Cold Steve Austin was the big guest. And then the rest was like Peter Mayhew and Lou Ferrigno. Right. Bigger names, but not like by the time I went there with my dad in 2014, it was like John Carpenter was there.
Yeah.
Like the guy who's the new Captain America was there. One of the Doctor Who's. So anyway, long story short, I bought the Jason X VHS tape at that Comic-Con, Wizard World, whatever the hell it was called back then, that first iteration of it. Wow.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, now since you asked, do you want me to give you the Reddit question?
Yes.
Straight off of Reddit?
Mm-hmm.
There's something else that I think I sent you that was like a pretty interesting bit of news, but I'm gonna take a look at that. We can talk about that closer towards the end. And then if you want to take a look at your FB messages, you'll see the link for it.
Messages.
In there.
Oh, man.
So speaking of Stranger Things with like the spinoff, what's going to happen next? The question was, what sequel/prequel needs to be made? There are so many prequels and sequels that suck, but some can really round out a series, give depth to characters, or answer open questions. What films or series could do with a boost from a good prequel/sequel? And I'll tell you one that definitely doesn't need one, but it's getting it, and that is Orphan First Kill. And that trailer drops, I think, next week.
Oh, no.
Yes.
See, to be perfectly honest, I didn't mind Orphan. I liked Orphan, the movie. But,
all right.
But there doesn't need to be a prequel.
There doesn't. You know what? Next episode, I'm going to pull up the... I don't know if you've ever seen... They're very long, but they were cut for TV. And you can watch the full ones that Daniel Tosh would go on a rant about movies.
Yes.
And he does one for Orphan. That's very funny. And just because he's just pointing out everything. And then the other that is, I think, 40 minutes long is a rant on Human Centipede.
Oh.
And I shit you not, I've watched it twice in my life. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's just, he's a funny guy. Mm-hmm. And he just rips it to shreds with his own jokes. And it's just so good.
So no, Orphan does not need a prequel.
It definitely doesn't. It was based on a true story, right?
I think there were elements.
There's
of
elements
truth.
of truth. Yeah. So it was like, it's just so weird.
It is weird. I mean, if you want to get if you want to be freaked out, that's a way to freak you the hell out.
But this also leads in because the top comment, Jason X needs a sequel. And the next person, and a crossover on New Earth with Predator and Uber Jason.
Oh man,
it's so stupid. It's great.
At this point, with how, they are making some really good horror movies right now. There's a lot of creative people in the space that just
there really are. There's a lot of neat stuff out there, and there's a couple. There's two in here. Well, three in here where I'm just like, because one of them's Killer Clowns from Outer Space deserves a legacy sequel. I don't think so because the thing that makes that movie fun to watch is how crappy the effects are.
Right.
So that should just be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is someone saying that there needs to be a follow-up to The Blob.
Okay.
I was like, maybe?
No, I mean,
And they say the 1988, the Blob, not the Blobfest. That happens in Phoenixville.
I like them both.
Yeah.
I don't know that the Blob needs anything.
Yeah, it might. I think it's just you leave it as is. It's a.
Yeah.
I mean, surprised that there's not going to. We're approaching that point where there's going to be remakes of 100-year-old movies.
Wow. Yeah.
Like we're getting very, very, very close, if not already. No, where are we in 2022? So yeah, we're getting very close.
Yeesh.
So let's see. And then this one where I was just like, actually, this is kind of interesting, which was a TV series prequel to Cabin in the Woods. I want to see some of the other rituals throughout their history.
Okay.
Which I can get on board with that.
So like each week would be a different story, like
Yeah.
the Cabin in the Woods one. Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty good idea.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a really good idea.
I could dig that.
Other than that, I mean, what I was like trying to like put my finger on, I'm like, what would like really benefit? And the one where I just want to know maybe more information because everybody loves the movie. So like a lot of people love the movie and I just need to know more about the creature is It Follows.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe not because like it is what it is. So maybe you just don't want to. I don't want to touch it because the mystery of what it is what makes it scary.
Well, put it in perspective. Like, why do you like Old School?
Love Old School.
Would you welcome a sequel to Old School?
Not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. I remember, in 2005, begging for one.
Yeah,
like hoping it's like, all right, Anchorman's done. Wedding Crashers is done. It's like, okay, come on, guys, let's do it.
Yeah.
And, it just never happened, which is fine.
I think you saw what you saw with The Hangover. If there was a follow up to Old School, it wouldn't be as classic as it is.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, for It Follows, I don't want a sequel. I want a prequel.
Yeah.
Like an origin to whatever this thing is. But then I guess that would take away from the It.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't want to see an origin. I could say that if the guy wanted to lease out the It
Yeah.
Story, then maybe you could do a just another story that happened well before.
Yeah.
Like maybe something set in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Even though It Follows, you're not supposed to know when the hell it is.
Yeah, that's like the thing. And then there's other movies where it's like it doesn't need one, but you could do one with just the same exact story in just a different era, like a Midsommar. Like you just set it back to like the 70s.
Yeah.
You could just set it forward, like it just happened whenever. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't make sense.
No.
So I was just trying to like dig.
Something that we don't need another freaking Halloween prequel. I guess you know what you could do, because I'll say this, because it's so ridiculous. Mm-hmm. All right, he was already in space. He already went to hell.
Yeah.
He already had a copycat. There was already so many things that have been done in this series. Why the hell couldn't you make a Jason in between him drowning as a kid and the one we see in Friday 2?
You could probably try and do that. The dumbest thing you could do, which it probably exists. I don't feel like putting it in my browser history, but there's definitely like a Camp Crystal Lake porno of like all the counselors being distracted and the kids drowning kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
That definitely has happened at some point.
Wow.
I'm not going looking for it, but if anybody finds a link, feel free.
Yeah. And you know what? And the people who own Jason, the copyrights to Friday the 13th, I'm sure they wouldn't even care.
Yeah, who cares about the kids, baby? Looks like 30-something-year-old people.
Oh my gosh. So what do you think? Could you see, is that a legitimate like Jason between him drowning and Jason and Friday the 13th Part 2?
Is there something that can really be in there? Because that's kind of what so the original that happens, he dies.
Yeah. Is
the camp opening for the following year, or there's a gap?
There is a gap.
There's a gap. So it's like, why is there's a gap because he died?
I think so.
Yeah. And then now they're trying to bring it back, and then mom does all the. I guess you could try and remake that
Or just
I don't know.
Or put like a 7-year-old Jason killing other kids.
Like make him evil.
Yeah. Like just like a 7-year-old Jason, so he drowned.
Like maybe the counselors are justified for letting him die.
Oh, so you're onto something.
Be like, yeah, he's
He's not like yes, he has problems, but he's evil.
Yeah, but would be crossing too far into Rob Zombie's Halloween territory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
the thing is, like, I wouldn't expect that with a freaking Halloween. Jason, I would expect, like, they've done it all. Jason has done it all.
Rob Zombie, it's like, I was never surprised that it had his, like, hillbilly trash kind of vibe to it. I was expecting that.
On the news front, they just wrapped filming on The Munsters.
They did.
Do you think that looks good or no?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I got to talk to somebody because I was like wondering, I'm like, where's Eddie? Character named after you? I didn't even see Eddie Munster in there.
No, there just seems to be the three that he keeps promoting that they filmed with.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I was like, was he not originally on the show? Was he added later in a later season, and that's why Zombie's just like, nah.
That I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, this is a good question you could bring up on Reddit.
Yeah.
Or Reddit or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you say, and I'll preface this by saying I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan when it comes to his music. I was obsessed back in the day.
Sure.
Would you say he has more good films than bad or more bad films than good?
All right. Let's, can we lay this out then?
Yeah, we can. And this might be for another episode.
Well, just on like a real quick, I'm just like, we don't have to look it up. I'll just spitball off the top of my head.
All right, so you start with House of a Thousand Corpses.
House of a Thousand Corpses, I like. I think I like it better the second time I watched it because the first time you watched it was such a disappointment because the marketing for it was that it was like so gory and so horrible. Yes. It was NC-17, couldn't get released in theaters. Then you watch it and it's like, well, that's very unnecessary. All that was like, that's not.
Okay, so
was not as like insane as it was propped up to be.
We'll go then straight in order then.
Okay.
All right. So just for the sake of moving quick on a podcast.
Yep.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for House of a Thousand Corpses?
Thumbs up.
All right. Thumbs up or thumbs down for The Devil's Rejects?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for Rob Zombie's Halloween?
Thumbs up.
That's 3. What the hell is this one?
Diabolic, the cartoon. It's like Diablos, blah blah blah.
It's a Grindhouse thing. I haven't seen this one. Werewolf Women of the SS.
That's you saw it. It's one of the trailers.
Oh, okay. So it
was never actually. I don't think it was ever made.
Okay. Rob Zombie. So we have House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Halloween. All 3 thumbs up for you.
Yep.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
That was like a big, as we talk, anybody brings it up. It's super disappointing.
Yes. So there's that cartoon thing. I haven't seen that.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down?
Yeah.
All right, so you're counting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a full movie.
3-2. All right. The Lords of Salem.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, 3-3. This next one, 31.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay. So what is that, 4-4?
4-3.
Wait, all right. House of a Thousand, thumbs up. Devil's Rejects, thumbs up. Rob Zombie's Halloween, thumbs up. H2, thumbs down, so 3-1.
Yeah, Lords of Salem, thumbs down. The
cartoon was thumbs down, 3-2.
Yeah, some super beasto.
Cartoon
is goofy, but
so that would put Lords of Salem would put you into the 4-3. Yeah. No,
like wait, did I like 31?
All right, so now it would be tied. You would be at 31. You would be back at 4-4.
Okay.
All right. 3 from Hell.
I actually have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
So I got to catch up with that. You know why I didn't see it? Because I was worried it was going to be a thumbs down.
Okay.
It's like I didn't want to like the way Devil's Rejects ended.
Yes.
Was great.
Yeah, it was.
So when we're talking about sequels and stuff,
it was perfect.
It didn't need like the Devil's Rejects kind of righted the ship from the goofiness of House of a Thousand Corpses. Mm-hmm. And just did not need anything else.
All right. So right now you are sitting at if If it's a thumbs up, you're sitting at a 4-4 tie, so you'd have to see 3 from Hell to break it, and then the Munsters.
Well, sounds like a plan, because I'll watch the 3 from Hell. How they survive, sure, whatever they come up with that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. What 31? Yeah, 31 was the carnival people.
And you liked it?
I did.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for me, I can only go up to, I haven't seen 31 yet, so I can only go up to Lords of Salem, all right? So if it were talking Eddie, so you're 4-4 on the Rob Zombie meter.
Yeah.
All right, House of 1,000, thumbs up. Devil's Rejects, thumbs up. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Thumbs down.
Yeah. It's all because of the beginning.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
The dialogue,
Yeah, I mean, it's a Rob Zombie movie.
Yes. H2, thumbs down. Lords of Salem, thumbs up.
I thought you didn't like that one.
I didn't like how it ended. I loved everything else about it.
Yeah, we'll have to give that a second chance.
It's got the right atmosphere. I like the characters for the most part. It's just the ending goes Rob Zombie off the walls.
Yeah.
Like it almost seems like he does it just to do it.
Yeah.
Which he can at this point in his filmmaking career.
Yeah. Those album that he released to go inside with that was pretty decent.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I liked American Witch.
Okay.
Lords of Salem, the song was pretty good. Actually, no, it wasn't that. I mean, it was a Rob Zombie album. So that's not something I'm going to listen to all the time, but
So
I heard the songs.
I didn't see the cartoon. Lords of Salem puts my Rob Zombie meter at 3-2 in favor of. So you're deadlocked.
Yep.
As you go into 3 from Hell
Yeah.
and the Munsters, I'm at 3-2.
All right.
So Rob Zombie, I think even though I'm a huge fan of his music, I'm a huge fan of him.
All right.
I think he's a very interesting person.
All right.
I think that I've got to see 31 now to see how where that takes me.
All right, lock down the mountain house. We're going, locking ourselves in.
31.
Or your parents will go, hey, we're locking ourselves in the basement.
Yes, which could be coming soon.
Either location.
So we got all right. So
I'll get the 6-foot hoagie.
yes.
Watch movies all day.
4-4. Joe and Rob Zombie. I'm 3-2. Joe, I just had one bit of news for this week. I don't know if you had something else.
Nah, what's up?
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween.
Yes.
This trailer is coming out very soon. I actually saw this at our good friends at Bloody Disgusting.
Yeah.
Halloween Superstore makes the leap. This is the guy that writes everything, John Squires. Halloween Superstore makes the leap to the screen with the upcoming Spirit Halloween the movie, which we expect to arrive sometime on the road to Halloween 22.
Ooh.
My phone just died, but I'm excited about that. We have a connection to Spirit.
We do, so I'll reach out and find out more about that, and then maybe reach out to some people, because as I sent you, they did one thing. I guess we're running out of time. I don't think we're gonna have time for a story yet.
I can do a story.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
do you want to do a story or no?
Your call, because like the only thing that I can bring up other than that was that at Penhurst Asylum they're going to be doing those campouts.
Oh,
Camp out at Penhurst. So similar to how Eastern State was doing those overnights. I think that stopped, and I don't know if it's resumed, but they'll be doing campouts on the grounds of Penhurst.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I am totally in for that. And like I told Zoe, my goddaughter, your daughter.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the next time we can all go up the mountains.
Yeah.
We were going through the months. I'm just like, October's for Uncle Eddie. Sorry. That's just the way it is. All right. So this one's from 1991. Ready?
Yep.
All right. It's just a quick one this week.
Love it.
It's called Mystery, from a book, Unsolved Mysteries.
Ah, shit. I guess we got to give a R.I.P. James Caan.
Yeah.
Made me think of Misery.
Yeah. I was trying to think, what horror movie was he in? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Misery was pretty damn good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, R.I.P. James Caan.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we gave a shout out to Ray Liotta, have to.
We gotta.
Yeah, James Caan. All right. So this mystery from the book Unsolved Mysteries, 89 cents, from back in 1991. The mysterious intrigues us. Strange objects do fall from the sky. People inexplicably burst into flames that consume them in minutes. Psychics solve crimes, and mediums pass along spirit messages from the dead. Others tell strange stories of abduction by curious beings from other worlds. Among us stalk murderers and mutilators. Our worst nightmares come true. Serial killers like Ted Bundy, who slaughtered countless young women before he finally entered the executioner's chamber. Grotesque figures like John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown from Chicago, are examples of true-to-life fiends. It is the worst part of contemporary terror, yet we are gruesomely fascinated. We are intrigued by the unanswered questions of unsolved horror and barrooms and elegant drawing rooms alike. Mystery sparks the scientists who probe the secrets of the heavens, the seas, and the Earth's past. It created the science of cryptozoology, the search for monsters of yesterday in the oceans, lakes, and jungles of today. We are captives of the bizarre, the gruesome, and the frightening. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's
These things are fun.
Yeah, I love these little things. So I mean, and I think maybe it wasn't for our website. It may or may not have been. Stacy actually wrote a pretty good piece on why people are so attracted to the real life horror movies. Like why in the world of fiction are there so many movies about
real?
Ted Bundy and Charles Manson.
Yeah.
All those
certainly
bad
a very
people.
unique evolution from like the supernatural to realism. So very.
Yeah. So that's just a little bit of mystery for you this week, a quick one. We'll follow up on the Spirit Halloween story, but there is a movie coming. I think I remember reading that it was family friendly, which would work.
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was just a remake of Halloween 3, except with Spirit products.
Yeah, right.
Because that would make perfect sense.
The Spirit Factory in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we need a tour. All right, we got so much to follow up
we'll
on.
look it up.
Yeah, so Joe, so this week we talked briefly about Dracula's. We mused a little bit on Stranger Things. We gave her Rob Zombie meter and ended with the mystery and thought about prequels or whatever sequels that may or may not be. I think that's all I can pack into this one, man.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's been a good fun run here on episode number 83. So thanks for everyone for joining us. You know where to find us at Red River Horror on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Of course, check out the articles on redriverhorror.com. Some great reviews from Stacey Lane Wilson and the movie updates from Nick Cush from Movie Babble. So, yeah. That's all I've got.
All right,
what else?
Joe.
Hey, yeah, you can tweet at me at Red River Joe. Actually, I am curious. Please let me know what you think might need a sequel or a prequel, because I honestly can't really think of anything. It's like, are we that down on sequels and prequels? Spinoffs, I think, are the better way to go for everything. But hey, looking forward to what Stranger Things does.
Sure.
Is it going to stick with the Dungeons and Dragons theme, or are they going to pick other themes from different eras, like other games and stuff like that to build around? We'll see. I don't know. So you've been Eddie Cayazzo. I've been Joe Zakreski. It's been Red River Horror.
Yeah, the Red River Horror Podcast. I guess we'll keep traveling those
channels of fear.